welcome to the ISO house. Come on in. This is our new location. We've been here for a couple months. This is a brand new endeavor of ours. We do have a different location that we will hopefully be moving into within the next couple months. We will be welcoming dogs from our city shelters into here, dogs that have been exposed to contagious illnesses that cannot go into many of our foster homes, dogs that need to get out really, really quickly. We're able to now bring them here. It's just like a little fun, warm, nice house for the dogs. This is our yard here. It's pretty huge. We really like that. We do a lot of play groups here. Yeah, you just get to play out here with a bunch of dogs. We are 2450 Northwestern. We're a little greenhouse, probably half a mile at most away from the adoption center. So we'd love to have you guys here as well. And we're just gonna tell you a couple things about it. Hey guys, welcome to the ISO house. Thank you for signing up to be volunteers. My name's Carrie.
I'm Sarah.
And so I run the actual ISO house facility. Sarah does the ISO house foster dogs and all ISO foster dogs. So we kind of tag team this together. We just want to tell you a couple things about it. So hopefully you guys can start signing up for some shifts.
So ISO stands for short for isolation. So all the dogs that are coming from our big city shelters are housed really close together, and so they tend to get like kennel cough and other sort of illnesses like that. And so we keep them from other dogs as best we can once they go into foster. But this is sort of their halfway house between the two places, and so they get to kind of decompress here and hang out. But that's what ISO means.
So the ISO house is where we first bring the dogs from the city shelters, at least as if we don't have a foster home for them to go directly into. The reason for this is oftentimes at our city shelters, it's moment's notice that we need to get dogs out. Life or death decisions are made every second, and we don't always have foster homes ready to come and pick up 10 dogs in half an hour. So we figured we wanted a place that we could do that, and we wanted to be able to pull the van up, load it up, get them out of there, and give them a little time to decompress here, find a foster home, go get healthy. So they're not getting better here. This isn't like a veterinary clinic. We're not actually trying to get them through their isolation period. We're just, like Sarah said, putting them in kind of a halfway house for them to chill out until a foster can come, take them home, get them healthy, and then they will move over to the adoption center. Well, one of the biggest differences, aside from the medical stuff, I'll let Sarah do the medical stuff, is so these dogs are coming straight from a city shelter. The dogs at the adoption center usually were in foster for a couple weeks. We know a lot about them. We know if they are good with other dogs. We know if they're gonna guard their food bowl, mostly. Here we probably don't know all of that. So the biggest thing is to err on the side of caution, go slower with these guys. We definitely recommend that you're like confident with dogs. If you are brand new and you've never been around dogs before, you might want to do a couple of shifts at the AC first to kind of get a little more comfortable and then sign up for shifts over here. Yeah, so that's one big difference, I think.
Yeah. And then, like you said, like medically, they're not getting better here. So you will see them like be a little more sick sometimes. They sometimes have meds. We try to give them to the vet right away. But their isolation doesn't start here. So they're, you're dealing with like they're calmer, but they're also kind of sick. And so it's just about like not administering meds isn't really that difficult, but it's also just about making sure that they're comfortable and just kind of hanging out with them and making them feel calm.
Yeah, we've got a lot of little real life room type places. I think one of the most important things for dogs coming out of a city shelter, especially when they've been exposed to illnesses, is keeping their stress level as low as possible. Not that that's not, of course, important at the adoption center too, but it's super important here that they just kind of chill, and that's why we try and make it as much kind of feel like just a home as possible. And it's pretty cool. It kind of just feels like hanging out in a house with a bunch of dogs sometimes.
So yes, but you want to make sure that you're taking precautions if needed. I don't take that many precautions, but we definitely should. So we have gowns and booties and things like that, but we also have Lysol spray at the bottom of the steps if you needed to just spray yourself down beforehand. If you just change your clothes when you get home, soap and water kills anything, so that's really the best way to go.
Yeah, I usually bring a change of shoes.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty much all of the illnesses that we're seeing here are mostly airborne, but like if a dog, sneezed on you and you had some snot and you brought it home, your dog certainly could pick that up. Like Sarah said, they are, though, killed with just regular soap and water. It's not anything super crazy that you need to go to a decontamination unit. And most dogs in homes aren't going to be super susceptible to it, especially if you have a vaccinated, healthy, normal immune system functioning dog. And this is Waverly, one of our residents. This is kind of a typical thing that you might see, somebody with a cone on her head and medical problems and trying to barge through. Why don't you just stay right here? Do you have something to say? Yeah? No? If you are going to be volunteering at both facilities, that's awesome. We love that. Thank you so much. However, we would not want you to do a shift here and then go do a shift at the adoption center that same day.
You have to go home and shower and change and do all the things. So if you have time, if you live really close, you could potentially do that, but it's just a good idea to wait till the next day.
And the reason we're more cautious with the adoption center than with our own dogs is because those dogs are in a shelter environment somewhat. They're a little more stressed than our own dogs.
They're usually vaccinated, so that
Right.
vaccine.
We don't know if that's their first vaccine they've ever had. So we just want to be a little extra cautious with those guys. But certainly you could do it the other way around. You could do a shift at the adoption center and then come right over here and do a shift here.
Yeah.
That would be cool. For your first shift here, it's going to be the same way that I'm sure Allie explained to you for your first shift at the adoption center. Hi, Allie. She's probably giving this talk right now. So you will pick a date, sign up in Volgistics after she sends you all of the instructions on how to log in, and then you will email me for the shift here. Can we superimpose my email address? Email me right here. And just let me know what shift you signed up for, and either myself, Sarah, or one of our key holder volunteers, who are the lead volunteers, will be here to kind of show you the ropes, show you where everything is, how it's done, all that jazz.